encounters. He has had encounters with fraud boys. He has been on the job for a while. He has seen both the negatives, the positive, and everything that has to do with life. Since he's young, I mean, we'll ask him about some of the challenges that he's facing in Ghana as a youth, and what he wish the government would do to change things in this country so that he can have a fruitful life just like you and I. God bless you and welcome to this episode. Boss, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Walk us through some of the challenges you face on this job, like the weird encounters both with women and other people.
Oh yeah, I'll first start with the women. You know, women and cars.
Okay.
Sometimes you pick them and sometimes they are dressing alone.
Wow.
So personally, during the night when I pick you, I'll just make you use the back seat.
Oh, okay.
In order not to, the eyes and women, sometimes you need to control yourself. So sometimes, just recently I had an encounter around the Gempa area.
Okay.
That was on the Vows Day. So I picked the lady around 6:15 thereabouts.
Okay.
He said he was going to Spinters, a place around Spinters called Kotobabi.
Okay.
So on our way, few minutes to where she was heading towards to, and she was like, she wants to get some Indomie for herself and her small girl. And I said, okay. So I just packed for her to get the Indomie. So eventually when we got there, she bought some stuff, some drinks and some bottled water. So I had to help her with the things. She was like, the fare was around 60 something cedis. And she was like, all her money has been used up, so I don't mind if I can spend some hours or some nights with her. And I was like, wow. And actually it was my first encounter I had that.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and the lady was also a very nice lady, very nice lady. So she opened out the Indomie and surprised, I was very open to her. We ate the Indomie and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So to cut long story short, everything went down. Everything went down. Like
you actually.
Yes. Yeah, everything went down.
Wow.
Everything went down. So from there we decided to vibe small. So up to now we are still friends. Sometimes when she needs a car to go out or something, sometimes she just call me, oh, if you're around, pick me and drop me. But when I pick her and drop her, she pays me normal.
Oh, it was just the first day.
Yeah, it was just the first day that thing happened. But since then, when she calls me for an errand or something, she just pay me. Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
So that is it.
But were you not scared that this was a lady you just met?
Oh, actually, we really had a good conversation.
Oh, okay.
So I realized she wasn't really somehow bad.
Okay.
Yes, really. And surprisingly, she used to even have her own business and stuff. So I realized she wasn't. She told me the guy she gave birth with, like the guy is maltreating her, and a whole lot of stuff. So I was just trying to comfort her.
Okay.
So she felt maybe I can give her some peace of mind. So eventually, then that incident happened. Yeah, eventually.
But afterwards, before she did that, was she also not scared that this is a stranger that I just met?
Yeah.
So you spent the night at her end?
No, it was just we got to the place around 8 something, but I left the place around 11.
Oh.
Yeah, I just left the place around 11.
That's her house?
That's her house.
Okay.
Yeah, so she just told me, so when it happened that, I later called her, oh, I'm really sorry, and said, oh, no problem, it's bound to happen, so I shouldn't feel bad. Yeah, so.
Because I normally pick guys that tell me, oh, they had encounter with, a woman that told them, oh, sleep with me, this. But some of them say they do it, some say they don't do it. And in your case, you did it.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes I study things a lot, so I just had a very good conversation with her. So it wasn't my motive to just pick her and do such a thing with her. But eventually she was like, some vibe came up. So it wasn't something that it was deliberate or intentional.
You didn't plan.
Yes.
It just happened and then based on the conversation.
Yes, so now we are still friends with nothing attached to it. Yeah.
Now no strings attached.
Oh, now.
What if she calls you tomorrow and say, I enjoyed that day, so let's...
Oh, actually, I have somebody I'm planning to settle down with. So, yes. So, I even told her that this, and I said, oh, then I should make sure I don't treat the lady bad.
Right.
Yeah, so...
Wow. Hey, then if your woman finds out there, you are dead, though.
Actually, this our job is bound to it. Yeah, so you just have to be careful.
Okay.
Yeah, you just have to be careful.
But I know ladies worry you guys a lot.
Oh yes, so sometimes I need to know what you want, and sometimes you need to be straight in a way. Yes, because most of the ladies, when you get the chance to pick them up, they just try to use that means and get what they want. Okay. Yes, they just want to use that means to get what they want. So I also need to be very, very careful. Yeah, because most of them have their own issues and stuff, so you need to be careful. And it's not all of them that are good. Yeah, so yes, some do. You pick them up, they have their own motive. They want to snatch your phones.
Women.
Yes. Yeah, some of them you pick them and like, oh, give me your phone, let me make a call. So on your way, they'll oh, maybe I want to buy something. They get down. Most of the times, they know the shops, they do their thing. So they just enter, they use the back door, then they just exit. So that's what sometimes they do to some of the drivers.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
Because one guy told me he picked a lady like that. They had a good convo. The lady was solid. And then after he slept with her, the next day he realized Charlie, he had issues with his manhood side.
Wow.
Yeah, he said he had serious issues, some infections he has never seen in his life before, and he spent years before he was even able to treat it to a certain degree.
Yeah,
Did you use condom?
Oh, actually, no, it wasn't. Yes, because as I told you earlier, it wasn't a planned thing, though. Yeah, so
it just happened out of the blue.
Yes, it just happened out of the blue.
Okay, you were briefing me about experience you had with fraud boys. You seem to have knowledge about the whole fraud thing before it got to the ritual side.
Oh yes, it has been in existence for some time now.
Okay.
Yes, it has been in existence for some time now. The time it really started, the guys really they were having laptops and these BlackBerry phones that they used to use it to do their stuffs. And normally those guys, they do work in groups. Sometimes they do have one leader and maybe he has some other guys behind him, so he can be chatting like 4 pals, 3 pals, so together.
That's clients.
Yes, clients.
Are the clients.
Yes.
Okay.
So he usually chats them together. So sometimes he can get some cashier, he can get some credit card to shop their phones and stuff. And that time they used to get good money. But now most of them are now into rituals. They go to this Benny to go and do their rituals. Some even use their manhood and stuffs to go in for the money. So the more the manhood rots into soul, the more the money comes. If the soul goes down, the money also goes down. Yeah. So now there are a lot of things around. Yes.
The manhood story, you've heard it like this.
Oh yes, I had a friend somewhere in Sawam. Yeah.
In Sawam.
Yes.
Okay.
He was having that issue, so the man who had a lot of soul. Yes, so the money comes a lot. So when the soul goes down, it's about to just run out, the money will go down. But he was given a lifespan of 8 years, but now he's no more.
Your friend died?
Yeah, he's no more. Yes, he started around 2014, so he's no more. Yeah.
Wow.
So even though he had a lot of money and the girls and all over, but he didn't really live for long.
But this is the case, his manhood was rotten, so how was he able to do doables, have sex with girls?
Oh, as for that one, I can't really tell, but I was very close to him. He told me, as at that time, we all done with senior high. Some of us wanted to go to school, some of us also wanted to work, but he was already getting money already.
Okay.
Yeah, so at a point, I needed some money to just start some mobile money. So I consulted him that I even wanted a loan. And he told me he can't give me the loan. If he gives me, the money is not going to last. Like it's going to be a debt on me. And he told me what he is into, if I have the heart to do it. And I told him, oh no, I don't have that strong heart. Yeah, I don't have that strong heart.
Oh, my boss.
Yeah, I don't have that strong heart.
So he went to the ritualist, the Malam in Ghana here?
Yes, there are people in Ghana who help them with that.
Because mostly what I hear is that the Malams in Ghana they are not able to do things like that. So they go to Benin, Togo, and other places. And some even go to Mali. I interviewed a fraud boy that told me he went all the way to Mali, Senegal.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on how you want your money to be like. Okay. If you want it, they have people around who can help you do it. But when it gets into very deep, you need to go to those Malian stars. Yes. And all those things have their own guidelines that you need to follow. Yeah, they have their own guidelines that you need to follow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So the first day you went to your friend for the loan, how was the conversation like? How did he open up to you? What did he tell you?
Oh yeah, we used to chat on phone.
Okay.
And he was my friend since SHS. Okay. We used to go for dining and the whole lot. So like he was my close buddy. Yeah. So at the point that he made it open to me that his lifespan is even short. That's the sad aspect. Yeah. His lifespan is really short. Yeah.
Wow. So what did the Malam ask him to do before his manhood started rotting? What was the rituals he was supposed to do to perform?
Oh yeah, what happened was that when you go, he gives you explain what you want. Okay. And he would tell you the conditions on it. Okay. Yes, he would tell you the conditions on it. So before he was able to start everything, he had to get some menstrual pad and those stuffs. Oh. Yes. So at the point he needed the money that he needed, the menstrual pad wasn't getting him that money. So he needed to sacrifice something on his body in order to get it.
And it was his manhood that he said.
Yeah, and you don't choose what you want. They rather choose what you want for you. So sometimes they can tell you that, so maybe you are going to destroy one of your leg, maybe you are going to destroy maybe your head or something. So you don't tell them what you want to use it, but they rather give you what
they want.
They want from you.
So wow. So with the menstrual case, menstrual pad thing, that's from women.
Yes.
So is it from the girls he's dating or sleeping?
Oh yes, the girls is sleeping it. And even if you're having your mens, he's going to do something with you.
And what will happen to the girl?
Eventually, I don't know, but since he's using it for his rituals, I'm sure the ladies will also have their own challenges. Yes.
I've interviewed fraud boys that have told me different versions of what they've done. Those that are using the physical, those are using spirit. They've told me their own. But I've never heard the rotten one before, like rotten manhood for. Yeah,
it's full of sore. Yes.
All over.
So it doesn't run through. At a point the sore comes down like as if it's going, then it comes back again. So eventually you are going to die from it. Yes, eventually you are going to die for it.
So when your friend died, did the family know what he did?
Actually, he wasn't from Accra. Oh. Actually, yes, he was from Sandema.
Sandema, that's northern region.
Yeah, that's northern region. So he just came to school at Nsaom. Oh. Yes, so he was just staying alone and he was just doing his things on his own. Yeah.
So the family didn't know.
The family didn't know. Later, and her sister came to stay with her, so I'm sure her sister also knew it. Yeah.
Wow. But at that time, were you not scared? As he told you everything that he was doing.
Oh,
he confessed to you.
Oh yes, I wasn't really scared because I never had it in mind to do that. So when he told me, I was very careful about him. Anytime I go to his place, I don't eat, I don't drink, and I don't even sleep over.
Why don't you?
Yes, I was somehow scared in a way. Yes.
That he will use you for.
Oh.
This is your childhood friend.
Yes. So sometimes, what he's doing, I also need to be very careful. Okay, you get it? Yes. Okay. I also need to be very careful.
Wow. Okay, so aside from the pen pal things that you said, do you have any encounter with a fraud boy that you've heard before that was weird?
Oh, Actually, I had an encounter with one, but he wasn't really open as what they do.
Okay.
But now, he's a Nigerian, but now he is into mobile money fraud now.
Oh, how is
Yes, he has a lot of sense. He try people, like, he can sometimes tell you, pay some certain amount of money. He's going to get you a woman, a white woman, maybe in the Europe for you to date, and he takes your money. You don't hear from me again. Maybe he tell you, bring money, I want to do passports for you. Bring money, I'll get you a scholarship. That's what he. But he takes your money and he doesn't get any of the services done for you. Yes, so now a lot of people are just using smartness to live. Yes. Yes. But now the guy, he doesn't have one son, and it's been long I met him. It's more than 3 years here. I set my eyes on him.
Okay. Have you been brokenhearted before? Let's talk about that.
Oh yes.
What happened to you?
Oh yes. It wasn't really easy for me.
What happened?
Yeah.
No, guys, he looks like a gentle, cool guy. So I'm sure he's brokenhearted. He decided to even do something weird to himself.
Oh yes. And
what did the girl do?
Oh, eventually I started dating her from JHS when I was in Form 2.
Okay.
So it was through JHS to SHS, and she went to a girls' school, and I went to a mixed school. So we used to have some envelope with orbits, the written orbit on it. So you write the letter, you buy the orbit envelope, you circle the school, and you send. And I had in mind to marry that girl, so I didn't do anything. I was just preserving the girl. I'm not even going to have sex with her. Eventually, my own friend was even chopping the girl backside.
Are you serious?
I'm really, really serious about it. And as at that time, the guy had money, and me too. By that time, I was done with SHS. I was now struggling to get some job, and the guy I'm saying, his mother had a shop at Kanta, so the guy was really helping his mom, so he was getting some good cash to give to the girls. At the point, the girl told me, and I was with the girl for like 6 years.
Without sex?
Yes.
Because you were preserving her for money?
Yes, I was really preserving her. I'm not going to fire her like so after marriage, then yes. And eventually, so at the point, the girl told me I'm too childish for her. Yes, so yes, he told me I'm too childish. So eventually, she told me like she's fed up with me, like she's tired. So.
Why did she say you are too childish? Is it because he just completed SS and she's in the university or what?
No, and what happened, she was even into nursing training at Teshi. So, her demands and other stuff. And I was also struggling to get a job. So a girl at nursing training, and you now struggling to get a job. I'm sure most of my guys can testify to it.
You know why I said Ayeka when you said nursing? Because almost every guy that have told me about broken heart, when I, like, let's say out of 10, 8 of them will tell me it's nurse. It's a nurse.
Oh yes, and God being so good, when she left, I wasn't dating, so I told myself I'm going to work hard and make money.
Okay.
So at the point I had money, I had some small cash bin.
Okay.
So she deleted my number, so I bought a new Vodafone SIM because of her.
Okay.
So I started to communicate with her. So she likes papaya a lot. So I used to buy her papaya, a surprise one, then they'll go and give to her. So I did that for like 2 months. So I just planned that I'm going to pay back, yes. So she told me, as at that time, she needed 700 cedi to change her phone.
Okay.
So I gave her that money and I told her I want to meet her. So she came. So when she came, eventually I didn't spare her. I didn't. That one I never joked, because I had it in mind I'm going to fire once and for all. I'm not going to go back to do anything again. So I just had it at the back of my mind. I'm going to give her that money, but I'm going to fire her. So I gave her that money, and I spent like 2 days with her, and it was really, yes, I spent, like, I really did things to her.
In the bedroom?
Yes.
What?
And that one, it was even, that was my first time I booked the hotel with an AC.
Okay.
As at that time, it was 120.
Mm-hmm.
Then when we went, the 2 days, so I bought her papa and everything. Okay. So I really enjoyed from that.
Okay.
Yeah, so from that, she used to, at the point, she would send me a message, or send me credits. Okay. I won't send. So at the point, we stopped communicating. Yes.
But you said you really did fire her. What were some of the things you did to her in the bedroom?
Oh yeah, that one there. You know, as a guy, when I was feeling, so I spoke with some of my male friends, and most of them were like, there's doggy, there's cowgirl, there's kotonaje, there's tubanchi, and all those. So I really, yes.
There's a position called tubanchi.
Yes, there's a position called tubanchi.
How is that one like?
Oh, with that one, you hold your toe itself. You don't hold your knee, you hold your toe.
Okay.
Yes, so it's like the doggy, but that one is really down. You hold your toe itself. Okay. Yes. So that one is the tubanchi.
So the girl will hold her toe.
Yes, he will stand and hold the toe.
She will bend and
yes, he will bend
and give you the back.
Yes.
Wow.
So
guys,
that's tubanchi.
I mean, some of us, we were thinking. I've heard a lot of positions, but I've never heard tubanchi. Like,
yes, tubanchi is there. Yes.
And then, I mean, you did justice in the bedroom.
Oh yes, because I really wanted to do that. I really inquired and I asked the guys who are really naughty, and most of them showed me. So I really wanted to do that. Yes.
Okay, but afterwards, what did she say? Because this looks like a payback punishment kind of thing.
Afterwards, she used to send me some voice notes and stuff that I've changed. Because when I went back, I realized if I demand for the sex from the onset, she is not going to give in.
Okay.
So I told her, now things are okay, so I want her back.
Okay.
So I started giving her the papaya and those stuff. So she felt like, no, I'm okay, so we can still date again. Before I use that means to get what I want.
So it means that she was just after money, not love.
Yes, so I realized that was her main problem.
I see. And you said you had an encounter with one big man in the car.
Oh, yes.
What happened?
Actually, I picked her around American House and...
Oh, it was a lady?
Yeah, she was a lady.
Oh, but it was a big woman. Like
she was a big woman, yes.
Okay.
And she was into this real estate, but she is into girls. I mean, I say girls, you understand?
She was a lesbian.
Yes. So at the point, she told me she wanted to get me a man, which the man is going to, anytime the man do something with me, the man is going to pay me 2,500. And I told him, I'm really scared, and at the point, I'm too young to even involve in such a thing. And besides, I'm not having a wife, I'm not having any kids, so I'm really okay with this job. Because even if I get 50 cedis a day, I can cater for myself. And the woman used to give me a lot of money. The woman used to give me a lot of money. She was from South Africa. Yes, the woman used to give me a lot of money. So at a point, the main reason why I stopped picking her was at a point I picked her some time back to Afrikiko. She wanted to do a massage. So after the massage, she told me to take her to Gold Coast restaurant. That's also around the Flagstaff House. So I took her there. So I was dropping her around 1 a.m. in the evening, as in the midnight. So on her way, we got there and she was like, she wants to have sex with me. If I don't, she is going to shoot me. And actually, I'm a barracks boy, so...
You're a barracks boy?
Yes, so I know if a gun is fake or is real, I know. And her gun wasn't a real gun. It looks black, but it wasn't really a good pistol. Yes, so she thought I don't know the difference. So when we did that struggle, I told him no. He told me if I go out, he's going to use the pistol on me. I told him
It was a woman.
Yeah, she was a woman.
Because you said him, so I was thinking.
Yeah, sorry, she was a woman. So when we had that encounter, and besides, she gave me money that day. I went to him to Access Bank, and she withdrew a lot of money, like 20,000. So she told me if I'm going to do that, she's going to get me some good cash out of the money. And even though I needed the money, I was scared because the woman was very old, like she was in her 50s. And her 50s, she can even be my mother. And you know, as a young guy, fine. My mother, and you know, you are going to corner your mother.
But that could be your sugar mommy.
Oh, but I wasn't. It was my first experience with that, so it was really difficult for me. So I really had an encounter, and I even spoiled her week. Yeah, so she told me she's going to let the police arrested me. I've abused her and a whole lot of stuff. But she used to send me messages after that, but I didn't go to her premises again to render any service to her. Yes.
But if at that time she was younger, would you have done it?
Or
you actually did it?
Oh no. If I did it, I could have just opened her straight away. I mean, yes.
He has been open with us.
So. Yes. So I didn't do anything of that sort. Wow. Yes. If genuinely she wanted to help me, she should have just helped me because I took her as a mother. Yes, I took her as a mother, and she also used to advise me. So I was really open to her that I even wanted a job and stuff. She promised me a lot of things because at a point I told her I want to join the US Army, and she was like, she can help me get to the US. But since I denied that offer, you know, she wasn't really willing to help me again.
But you said she was a lesbian, right?
Yes.
And she means that she used to pimp women as well. You said she was so she pimped women to women.
Yeah, and sometimes I picked ladies to her place. But at the point when I realized she was into that, I stopped. Yes.
Wow. So where is she now?
Right now, I don't know because now I don't have his contact and everything, so I can't really tell whether she's in Ghana, she has left to South Africa, or she has. I don't know where about us now.
So guys, I mean, you've heard it. The program is Ride and Chat. My name is Dr. Sam. Boss, before we go, what would be your last advice? Or do you have any other encounter you want to add before we leave?
I'm okay for now.
Okay, so what's your advice to the youth out there? Regarding Ghana, what do you want to tell us?
As of now, if you're a youth, the only thing I'm going to just share to all of us, the youth, is that we all need to be careful. And we need to also pray that God will just locate us with a destiny helper, somebody who is going to help us. Because if you're a young guy, a young lady, and you don't get any big woman who is willing to even help you genuinely, you are really going to suffer, because now everything is expensive. Even from feeding to rent to everything is expensive. So sometimes things are not favorable for the youth. You finish school, there is no job, there is no hope. Like, you finish university, there is nothing you are supposed to do if you're a lady, unless you're going for sex, for jobs and those stuff. So if you're a youth, the only thing I'm going to tell you is that the little job that you find doing, just do it and pray that everything is going to be fine. Don't be lazy. And you just hustle. One day your time is going to come. I like the fact that my chairman over here concluded with, just hustle, one day your time is going to come. I know it's tough, trust me. I know it's really, really, really tough. I mean, you guys have watched some of the episodes I've shot on this show and the places I've been to. These are self-financed things that I do. So when I say I know it's tough, I know it's really tough. But one day, just one day, I mean, that time, that hustle will pay off. It's better than you sleeping around and lazying around. Just get up, work on something positive. Like he has said, his friend decided to do fraud, it didn't end up well, and a whole lot of things. My name is Dr. Sam. The program is Ride and Chat. On TikTok, Ride and Chat. Instagram, Ride and Chat World. If you want to talk to me, just DM me over there. If you have a story, DM me. My team and myself will meet you, and then we will shoot something. YouTube, Ride and Chat. Twitter, Ride and Chat. I mean, suggest the channel to people. Let's continue to share each other's encounters. It's bye-bye from myself and my boss. Bye-bye. Bye.